What's going on? Chris Lopez here, again at the pit, of course. I'm always at the pit. All right, number 3 in our top 5 muscle building training styles is pre-exhaust. Pre-exhaust is again another form of HIT, high intensity training. You guys seeing a pattern here? HIT is hands down the best training idea for mass building. No doubt about it. Okay? Pre-exhaust, the idea behind pre-exhaust, and I think there's a few videos on the blog about pre-exhaust, but we're going to cover it again for those of you who haven't seen those. The idea behind pre-exhaust is that you pre-exhaust your muscles with a form of isolation exercise and before you hit your compound movements. Compound movements are more multi-joint movements. Squats, bench, deadlifts. Those movements are multi-joint compound movements. A lot of times they are the power movements or the strength movements. And compound movements put on muscle size rather quickly. That's why a lot of people like to use the bench, or well, not a lot of people like to squat. A lot of the guys in the gym skip squat day, but you got to do squats and you got to do deadlifts if you want to get big. But the idea behind pre-exhaust is to pre-exhaust your muscles before those compound movements. So an example for chest. Instead of hitting your bench first, you're going to hit your bench after a few sets of flies. Okay? So you're going to pre-exhaust your muscles. You'll do a few warm-up sets of flies. Then you will hit, your 1 or 2 working sets of flies. Really blast those muscle fibers. Really tire your chest out. And then you hit the bench. Now, keep in mind, because you are pre-exhausting your muscles, be aware that there is going to be a little bit of an ego hit. You're not going to be hitting the high weights that you did when you were doing your compound movements first, because your chest is already spent a little bit. So if you're benching 3 plates, chances are if you're doing pre-exhaust, you're not going to be benching 3 plates when you hit the bench. So just keep that in mind. Don't lose sleep over it. You want to get bigger, you got to do what it takes. So, you'd hit a set of flies or a set of incline flies, and then you would hit the bench. Trust me, you will be sore. This applies to other exercises as well. You can do, let me think here. You could do shoulder lateral raises or cable lateral raises right across your body this way. The cable machine's over here if you have access to a cable machine. And then do your overhead press. Same idea, pre-exhaust. You can do pull-ups, which is still a compound movement, but you can do pull-ups, it's a bodyweight movement, before you do your barbell rows. Things like that. You can do lunges before you do your squats, or you can do, leg curls before you do your squats, or leg extensions before you do your squats. Pre-exhaust your muscles, get them tired before you hit those heavy compound movements. You will see a spurt in growth. All right? Number 3, guys, again, pre-exhaust. I love pre-exhaust because you feel swollen as hell when you're done, and strength jumps pretty quickly too. All right, guys, stay tuned for number 4.